how can someone focus on the money behind the markets? How can someone get more into the abundance versus scarcity? How can we expand and grow? And the answer is math. Math. We have to think about how much money mathematically is in the markets. Because once you begin to think about it, you'll realize how you can get all you want.
I've got a lot of people come to me lately asking about trading, and the most common one is like starting undercapitalized. Like everyone wants to start with $100 account or whatever, and the truth is, like if $100 is all you've got in your trading account, go and make some more money. Like go and figure out how to make more money, because even if you get really successful in your trading and for some reason you're able to generate huge returns on that $100, right? Because you haven't managed vast sums of money, you're not even going to be a good trader when you get investment, because you've only got $100. You've only ever had $100. You don't have the mindset to manage large sums of money. So it's an elephant in the room type scenario, because they're like, well, if I have 100, I could focus on getting good returns and then I could go and get investment. You're missing the point. If you've only got $100 to your name, you've never ever appreciated like growing capital, or you've never had vast sums of money to manage. Therefore, you're not going to be able to manage them for anyone. So that to me is a big thing. I think it's a big common approach, and I think it doesn't work. So go and see how you can get more money first, and then come back to it. It will depend on different motivations that I've got during the year, really. So like when COVID hit, for instance, there was a lot of people, pulling out of the markets, and there was a lot of uncertainty in the markets, but there was also a lot of opportunity in other businesses that I then thought, well, I'm going to put my money there because there's more opportunity there right now that gives me some certainty than being in my trading account. So those types of scenarios, I'm always dynamically kind of rebalancing my portfolio, including my trading account. There's also times where, if I had a massive winning streak in my trading, I can increase my position size, and I'll look at funding my account. I don't usually do it off the back of a big winning streak. I normally do it off of as I'm coming out of a losing streak, more to the point. But my position size is dynamic as well. So if I go above a certain threshold in my equity curve, I will increase my account balance. But for me, my trading account isn't something that I'm always growing these days. It's something that I use as a vehicle to get great returns on, and I use the skill of trading to get great returns on, and I've got the cash there to then use for wherever I see the next opportunity. And I'm not saying that was my agenda all along, but now, as I've built my account to a healthy size, I can now use it for more opportunities, which is more fun sometimes.
Welcome to the party, man. People don't like success. So start talking about it now. Like, yes, you're going to get haters. You're going to get people that don't believe you. You're going to get people that don't trust you. But that's with everything in life. I mean, if you said that you're going to go try to get your law degree and you're going to study really hard to pass the test, people are going to ask you, like, why would you do that? Why would you spend 6 hours a day or a week practicing soccer, tennis? Again, success breeds content. Right? Most people are okay with mediocrity, but mediocrity is a dream killer. And when we sit down and we go, what amazing things can I do and how can I accomplish it in my life? You're going to have to tell people. And if you believe in the whole work in silence thing, that's okay. You can do that, but you're probably not going to be very happy. You're probably a quiet, slightly miserable person that doesn't have a lot of zeal, because communication, right? Your words create the world that you live in. So if you never speak, you never tell anyone what you're doing, and you never openly discuss your trials, your tribulations, your wins, and your successes, then you're just going to kind of sit there and no one's going to be able to celebrate with you. And it's not going to be an extremely enjoyable life, in my opinion.
I think the biggest challenge for traders, in my experience, is how long it takes to get profitable. And, people try so many different things that are all about trying to predict the market, trying to be right, trying to be clever. Look at this chart pattern that I found, and when I draw this line, and then it's going to go to here, and blah, 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 blah. Or look at my indicators, and they've got all of these indicators on the chart. It's too complicated, it's too ego-driven. What works, in my experience, is simple strategies, simple systems that get you into up moves and get you out when they start going down, get you in short to down moves and get you out when they start going up. Like, just keep it simple. And the easiest way to do that is to implement a systematic approach. So I think the quicker people can go to a systematic approach, the quicker you can get profitable and consistent. And I think that's really the key here, because if you can shorten your learning curve by putting rules in place that work, then you get more compounding time. If you take 5 years to learn, in 20 years' time, that 5 years is going to cost you millions of dollars. Millions. I did the calculation of how much my 3 years cost me, that it took me to get profitable, and it was millions. Even now, and I've still got 20 years of trading left, at least. So get profitable quickly by finding systematic trading, by finding someone to show you how, or reading a whole lot of books to learn how to implement some simple systems so you can just get profitable. And then don't blow up. Keep your risk low, keep your leverage low, stay in the game. Because if you blow up again, you waste years. And that's just devastating. You don't want to be, 20 years down the track regretting that 10 years into your trading journey, you started from zero again because you blew up. Like, that's just financially, terrible. So I think that's the thing. Cover the learning curve quickly, get systematic, and your life changes. I've taken many traders from not trading at all straight to systematic, and man, I wish that I had someone to guide me when I first came to the market. It's like, look, here's a system that fits your personality and it fits your objectives and it fits your lifestyle. Let me show you how to backtest it. Let me show you how to build confidence in it. Now, paper trade it for a little bit. Now, trade it live, ask lots of questions, get confidence. 3 months later, you're trading and profitable. With my students, it's a step-by-step process. First do this, then do this, then do this, then do this. And as you do that, the level of confidence increases so quickly, and the level of insight and the type of questions they're asking, it just accelerates so fast. So if you have a step-by-step process, someone to guide you, I think it just speeds things up so much. So powerful.
Well, for me personally, and this was a tough thing for me, because I never wanted to accept that I was good enough, and I don't know if that's the competitor in me or the I just didn't want to believe it because everyone said you couldn't be successful. So I told myself that after a year of good trading, and good trading was two things. It was one where I had the majority of good trades, meaning trades where I didn't sabotage myself. I followed my plan 100%. And I made profit. I told myself, if I can do that for a full year, then I can maybe accept the fact that I was a good trader. Now, I still didn't accept it because I heard so many war stories about traders that have been good for 2, 3, 4, or 5 years and then blew it all. So I was still a little bit scared. And I think that was a good thing, because that keeps me focused. It keeps me from slacking and messing up. But at some point, you just gotta take the leap. It's like anything else in life. Like, very rarely in life, when we're doing something different, something new, accepting a new challenge, do we think we're ready. We just have to be prepared enough, and we have to just kind of jump off the cliff and go for it and hope that we're willing to succeed. As far as the prop firm goes, and this is the cool thing about trading, is we can simulate it, right? So if you have a specific goal in mind, or if you have a specific prop firm in mind, you can understand and know what their challenge rules are, what their expectations are. And you can put yourself in an environment, whether it's live or a demo, where you simulate that challenge, where you say, hey, I'm going to take from November till January, and I'm going to trade the same way I would trade if I were doing for this prop firm challenge. And you can look at the results and compare, and you can see, hey, this was good good enough. This wasn't good enough. Maybe I need to do another 3 months to kind of iron some things out, or man, maybe I did well. I should hop in. So I think that's the best way to do it. Once you feel like you're a successful trader, like you're a consistently profitable trader, put yourself in the position to simulate that challenge or whatever your expectations are from the market. Give yourself that 3 month, 6 month time period, whatever it may be. And then see if you're good enough, right? It's like an evaluation period.
Yeah, and this is always the challenge, is someone that may aspire to be a trader but who lacks capital you have to have money to trade with. And you have to have enough money to trade with, because if you can only afford to buy 1 or 2 positions, you're really not spreading your risk out over a number of trades. And that can be problematic, because you take the first good trade that comes along, and then you have no money left for the second, third, fourth, fifth one. Trading is a numbers game. You're not going to be right all the time. I'm certainly not right all the time. I lose all the time, or often. But if out of 100 trades, you're right 60, 70 times out of 100, that's good, provided, of course, that your average reward is higher than your average loss. And you have to understand that expected value, that probability relationship, putting all that together. So if you can do that on paper, then you can start trading with a little bit of money. Now, let's say you've got $5,000 that you've saved. You can start to use that, but it's almost not even going to be worth your time yet, because, with that amount of capital, you're going to be taking a very low amount of risk per trade, because you need to be able to afford to buy 2, 3, 4 stocks at a time. And you're also going to be focused on lower priced stocks, which are more volatile, and therefore your position size can be a lot smaller. And it's going to take time, but that's how everyone starts. Well, maybe not everyone. That's how I started. I started with $3,000, and it took me, 8 years to go from 3,000 to 30,000. It took me 3 or 4 months to go from 30,000 to $500,000. But I also had the experience of those 8 years to get me there. Now, I didn't have anyone to teach me back then. I taught myself. There was no books out back when I started. So that's part of the reason why it took me 8 years. And maybe I'm a bit slow too, I don't know. But if you learn the lessons when you have a small amount of capital, the lessons are the same as someone who has $10 million to trade with. The thing is, the mistakes cost you less. And so I keep saying this, I don't care how much money you have, start with a low amount of risk, because you just have to practice. There's no replacement for that. And I have a webinar that I run every day where I'm emphasizing, here's good trades, here's bad trades. I review trades for my students. And everyone starts out sucking. The reality is everyone sucks when they start. I don't care how smart they are. I have people who are, very successful in other areas of life. They all suck when they start. Just like if I was to go rock climbing, which I've never done before, I'd be terrible, not to mention the fact that I'm scared of heights. But with time, you get there. And, learn, small amount of risk. If you had $10 million, I tell you to start with 10 grand. If you have $3,000, okay, start slow. You're going to learn the same lessons, and you're going to pay some tuition along the way, but it won't cost as much as someone who jumps in with too much money. You make more by trading less. And if you have a good success rate by trading less, then you can just add more risk per trade. I'd rather be right, 70% of the time with a much higher risk amount than be right 50% of the time with a lower risk amount and trying to churn that money over more often. It doesn't work as well. So make more money by trading less. And sometimes you just sit on your hands and do nothing. And there's nothing wrong with that when conditions warrant.
But definitely isn't a skill that you can work on. I don't think the go-getter people are the ones that are born like that. But definitely you can, just have this mentality built from the small things, small habits, from the time that you sleep, what you eat, the amount of alcohol that you consume, everything, from that you can actually change. And then you see that it trickles down into your life. So it's very important. Lifestyle and trading success, I think they're very, very correlated. Having that discipline in your life also helps you discipline in trading. They're all good at trading, they're all not good at keeping the money. So that blowing up their account is something that there are usually 1 or 2 days they blow up their accounts. It's a paper money, but we can track it. We can see it that that the psychology and how you treat your account is the number one, and it will be number one thing. Everybody can make money, but very few people know how to keep the money.